Hey guys, how's it going? In this video, we're going to be doing an unboxing, and I'm going to give my first impressions on the iPhone 17e. The retail price is $600. I have the base model here, 256 gigabytes of storage, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and the black color. Here's our first look at the black iPhone 17e. We also have a braided USB Type-C to Type-C charging cable in the box. We have a little bit of paperwork here. Let's check out the star of the show here, the iPhone 17e. First impressions out of the box, this actually has a black color to it compared to Apple's iPhone 17. That black color was really just gray, so I'm appreciating a darker actual black color on this. It has a nice comfortable feel in the hand. Here's a quick comparison next to the iPhone 13 mini. Makes this 17e look like a giant phone in comparison. And side by side with the iPhone 17, you can see actually the same size here, just a little bit of a smaller screen with some extra bezel and notch at the top compared to the iPhone 17 has a little less bezel action and the island on the top. Taking a physical tour, we have a nice matte finish on this, aluminum sidings, glass backing. Definitely still feels up to par of what you'd expect from an iPhone. We do not have the camera control on this. However, I've barely been using this button, to be honest. We still have a nicely sized power button. The camera on the back doesn't sit too far out of the phone, so this shouldn't be too bad on the table. No, wobbles are not bad at all on this. And on the left, we still have our action button here. Really nice to see that. And on the bottom, we have one of our two speakers. We have some mics and our Type-C port capable of 20-watt wired charging on this. One of the bigger benefits on the 17e is it now has MagSafe, so you can get 15 watts through that and just the MagSafe compatibility in of itself. So super nice. You can just pop accessories right on the back of this phone. Don't need a case or anything. Love that I can use more of my accessories with this now. Now here's our first proper look at the 6.1 inch display. We have 800 nits of standard brightness on this. There is a respectable resolution. It's above 1080p resolution on this. When looking at it closer side by side with the iPhone 17, it actually is a slight bit smaller. And what is the most noticeable difference is having a 60 hertz refresh rate on this iPhone 17e compared to the 17. Now having the 120 hertz refresh rate has made it a really smooth experience. So a much more premium feel on this iPhone 17, whereas I understand the 17e is coming in at $200 cheaper. It is Apple's most affordable iPhone they offer at the moment. So I'm trying to look past the 60 hertz refresh rate on this since most other aspects of this phone are really solid, mainly the performance. That is something it does have in common with the iPhone 17. Really good flagship performance on this. As far as that A19 processor, I've been using the iPhone 17 for the past few months, have had no issues with that at all performance-wise. It's been an excellent daily driver device. So initially, I expect a lot of those things to be the case here on the 17e as well. We have a nice loud dual speaker setup on this phone, a really lightweight in the hand given the smaller size of it. I haven't put too much strain on the battery yet, but it does have a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, and I think there's going to be excellent battery life on this, considering it having the 60 hertz refresh rate display. I know I keep coming back to that, but really that 60 hertz aspect is the only downside I'm seeing with this phone initially, as well as not having as much camera versatility, which now taking a look at the single lens camera setup on this, it's a 48 megapixel lens, getting really good photos in my first couple days of usage. There is not much zoom versatility to be seen here. There is a maximum of a 10 times digital zoom when taking photos, and when filming videos, you can go up to 6 times zoom on that. I would say where this shines the most, you're getting really good 4K 60 smooth filming on this, which is really nice to see at this price range. For a quick point of comparison, I just checked out Samsung's mid-range phone, their A57. It's a similar price, but it's capped at 4K 30. It is just not nearly as smooth of a filming experience as what we have here on this iPhone 17e. Something I also noticed and appreciated with the camera initially on the video side is that you can get really close to your subjects. And lots of times on other devices and cameras, if you get your subject too close to the camera, it just blurs out and doesn't work. But on this iPhone 17e, I can get super close to subjects and you can see everything perfectly clear here. So that is why I am personally so drawn to this device. I film my YouTube videos in 4K 60 and this phone can do that perfectly well here. It stays completely cool to the touch while you're doing so. Compared to Apple's Pro iPhones, I found that these ones overheat faster and quicker when doing the same exact task. So overall first impressions, I'm very impressed with this iPhone 17e 17E initially. Even though it is a smaller iPhone, I would say the screen is plenty large enough. It's the same size as my iPhone 13 Pro. I use that phone on a daily basis, and I would say the screen is large enough. So same exact screen size here, and this one is noticeably lighter weight. It is really nice quality of life to have the Type-C port compared to Lightning on my 13 Pro. And overall, initially, in my first few days of usage, it feels like a very solid iPhone that's going to hold up well over the years. So this is one I'm going to be holding on to. Let me know if you want to see any more videos on this iPhone 17e in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give a like on your way out. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.